The last two rounds for the 250 East have been eventful, and that is to say the least. With the Mutter in Foxborough, and now the what looked like could have been but wasn't Mutter in Philadelphia, we also have some pretty big point standings or point changes considering how the year was looking. Now, coming into Foxborough, Tom Biel didn't have, or doesn't still, but didn't have a win on the year. Had I think it was a 12-point lead. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but ended up finishing dead last. If you saw him, he was stuck on the side of the track. Bike was into the start finish line. Scaffolding, just complete failure of a weekend. And well, this weekend in Philly, he did better, but still ended up losing points, continuing. Coming in, he was tied with Seth Hammaker for first, both of them running the red plate, and leaving now, he is third with RJ Hampshire and both Seth Hammaker at 117 points and Tom Biel and 115th. So you guys say you can love them, hate them, whatever. The mud races of the last 2 weekends have really changed a lot of what's been going on. You had one person leading the title fight, and now you've got two people tied. And yes, it's only a 2 point uh, gap, whatever you want to call it, 2 point difference. So it's not like he's super far out of it, but what looked like he could, or what looked like could be I'm going to manage this title. I'm going to, you know, maybe not get a win this year, but be smart about it and just finish, turns into, well, now he actually needs to start finishing ahead of everybody else. Now, obviously, this round in Philly was a special circumstance, being that it was an East-West showdown. So not only was he racing the people on his own coast for points, he was also racing the West Coast for points, which for him actually was a problem. Finishing sixth on the day, with Seth Hammaker finishing fourth and RJ Hampshire finishing third. He still had Joe Shimoda before him, or in between them. So there's your point gap right there. And going from tied for first with the red plate to third in the championship now, obviously not super far off. Like I said, 2 points, not a huge deal. But for somebody who hasn't won a race this year and was just running on the consistency side of things, to now with what I believe is 2 rounds left of the East Championship. Obviously, next weekend being East Rutherford in New Jersey, and then Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania the weekend after that, right? 26th? Whatever. The next 2 rounds will be the East Coast. He's going to actually have to, finish. He's going to have to be on the podium, obviously. He's going to have to be ahead of the two people that are in front of him now, and either play the hopeful game of maybe they have bad starts and he can, just gain some points that way. But for all intents and purposes, you should have to, if you're him, look for wins. You should seal this championship on your own accord. If he finishes first the next 2 rounds, he wins. I mean, that's just how it's going to be. The points difference will work out the math, I believe. But otherwise, it's going to be, a year or a wasted year for him because he won last year. So he's going to have to move up next year, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong there too, to the 450. So who knows? Maybe he'll get the seat that sounds like Sexton is leaving at KTM. But I don't know. This is where I'm going to leave you guys. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Who's going to win this title on the East? Because the West seems to be pretty well sewn up now for Deegan. You got Hampshire. Do you have Hammaker or do you have Vial? Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Who do you think is going to win either the championship or the next 2 rounds? Whatever it is, comment down below. Tell me what you think. While you're down there, make sure to like, share, subscribe. Do all the fun things this platform allows you to do because it really just helped me out and I appreciate it. And with that, I'll see you later. Peace.